The Megaton house is a player home many of us have very fond memories of. But can you build it in Fallout 4? Join me as I attempt to do just that. And maybe even put a little modern spin on this Fallout classic. Hello everyone and a massive welcome, or welcome back to Fallout Play Build Collect. So I think the first thing to do is to actually take a look at the Megaton house in Fallout 3. I'm on Xbox Series X and there are no mods. And the first thing to note when we have a good look at the home is that the exterior structure doesn't match the interior at all. So we have a look around the exterior, you can see there's all these strange structures, all these weird shapes. None of that really plays out when you get inside. In fact, this is something of a TARDIS. I do wonder if when Bethesda were making the game, the external artist and the interior artist didn't really cross paths and collaborate much. So let's head inside and we'll take a look. So as soon as we head inside, we're greeted with Wadsworth. I always get really good nostalgic vibes when I come in here. Spent many hours in this player home, I'm sure a lot of you did as well. For any of you who haven't played Fallout 3, this house comes virtually empty and undecorated, and you buy decorating packs, and what those packs do is just add various bits of furniture in different themes. You can't actually move any of the furniture or do anything like that you can in Fallout 4. Of course, there's some things that we're just not going to be able to replicate. As we look around, we see there's patterns and shapes that just can't be produced in Fallout 4's build system. And of course, we have that green and brown dark oppressive texture. That's not going to be able to be replicated either, not without mods anyway. If we look up here at the ceiling, we can see blue skies outside, even though when we was outside it was very clearly dark and a starlit sky. So it's a simple setup really, couple of bedrooms, small galley kitchen, some storage units. Furnishings in this particular early version of the home are quite Spartan. The little humorous bits from Wadsworth as always. What did you guys think of Wadsworth? Did you like him? Did he get on your nerves? I'd like to know. So having a quick look around, it becomes obvious that it's going to be very difficult to replicate some of these shapes, the textures and the colour palette in the Fallout 4 build system. It's clearly going to be a tough task, but I'm going to try it anyway. Fallout 4 now, I'm in VR World. I use this quite often to plan out new buildings, and you haven't seen this in the background here. No, you haven't seen that. No, don't look at it. Don't look at it, it's a secret. That might be a very big project I'm working on very soon. If you want to carry on supporting the channel, you want to see big projects like that and other ones coming up, don't forget you can support us on Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. And of course, do all the usual stuff here on YouTube, subscribing, hitting the notification bell. You wouldn't want to miss anything, would you? So this was my first attempt to try and lay out roughly what I thought the design should look like. I was just really roughly laying building shapes down, trying to see what the size would be. And how this worked was there's a feature on Xbox Series X, for those of you who don't know, where you can just jump between games seamlessly, just go backwards and forwards. And this allowed me to go backwards and forwards, measuring the different distances and trying to see if I could find something that matched the size and shapes in the game. And you can see I was trying to use the metal pieces from the vanilla game. And although I think the overall shape was somewhat similar, I just wasn't at all happy with it. And in fact, I almost abandoned the project altogether. Then one morning I woke up with a brainwave, decided to switch to these warehouse pieces and found that they would give you much more flexibility, especially internally. Now I know externally it looks a little big from the outside, but I decided that was a fair compromise to get the size and the shape right internally. So let's head round to the front and we'll head inside. Don't forget to stay tuned because I'm going to take a more modern take on this eventually. We'll just look at the basic layout, trying to match as much as I could at first. And overall, I think really this isn't that bad a layout. I think I've matched it fairly well. We have the storage locker in the corner, the workbench. There's our bobblehead stand, the other locker. We have the stairs with a little shelf underneath them. And the galley kitchen, shelves, fridge, sink. It's all there roughly, and I think it looks somewhat similar with these metal pieces inside. The one thing I found was very difficult was trying to get any kind of staircase that matched. I think I tried, must be at least 5 different designs. In the end, I decided to go with this one. Reason being, well, you'll see why when you get to the decorated section later on. Left that room open there. You can't fit a door on the edge, so I came up with this hole in the wall. Again, another benefit of using these warehouse pieces. Tried to keep the decoration as similar as I could inside. This is really, again, a sketch, laying everything out, trying to prove it's possible. And you can see I got this little nook in the corner there. Used the end pieces to try and replicate that the best I could. So overall, I was fairly pleased with this layout, but I think the real problem is obviously it's quite dull, it's boring, it's a little too big inside, and everything looks very Spartan. Once again, I had thoughts of abandoning the project. But then another brainwave in the night, I woke up the next day and decided to come back and do a modern decoration on the whole thing, to see what would happen if you give this a Fallout 4 spin. Personally, I think it's made the world of difference. I have Codsworth in there taking the place of Wadsworth. Just some posters on the wall, some more clutter, some storage units. Clock there you can see. Some lamps there. And I reworked the stairs area, which we'll get to. I didn't do the full decoration in here. Obviously you could put junk on the shelves if you wanted to. I don't get involved in that sort of thing in most of my settlements, and this is VR World anyway, so what's the point? Now we come around the side. This is the area I like the most. I always found that in the Fallout 3 home, these computer units always seem to just be in the way no matter what setup you had. I really think that putting these computer units under the stairs worked well, and I love that blue neon light. Let me know what you guys think of this compromise. As we head up to the top floor, I've placed the chem bench there. This centre section, I've added a massive Nuka-Cola collection. Perhaps this character's a big collector. There's some Vim in there as well, but Nuka-Cola definitely taking up most of the space there. I didn't want to go too overboard with the decoration. It's difficult to find that balance. And some items you can't place down in VR World anyway. You can see on this mezzanine level at the back here, we have the computer workbenches. And I also have another workbench where he's working on some projects, some mines there and a projector. Let's head over to the second bedroom at the back. My original plan for this was just to use it as a storage room, but there is actually false walls on the back here. In between those false walls are all the power systems. So after having to think about it, I decided to put some of the entertainment in here. We have a slot machine, we have these computer terminals to run the whole flat, and we have this arcade machine. I'm a child of the 70s and the 80s. I had to get some Space Invaders in there somewhere. Let's move out and we'll take a look at the bedroom. And I've gone for the angled desk to try and match Fallout 3 best we could. Some posters on the wall, a nice little double bed, storage locker. Pretty simple stuff, but I really like the way this looks. I think that TV terminal doubles very, very nicely for what could be a computer unit. The Radiation King version of an iMac, perhaps. Overall, I have to say I'm very pleased with how the interior came out. It's difficult to know exactly how much decoration to put into something like this, how much you lean into the modern Fallout 4 style and try and keep that old Fallout 3 style as well. Overall, I'm very pleased with what I've managed to come up with here. In fact, I was so pleased I decided to take a look at the outside of the building and see what we could do there. Now, my idea behind this is maybe building this in a settlement somewhere actually in Fallout 4. Now, you wouldn't have it on stilts up high, so I thought perhaps we could turn this back area where you have the overhanging piece into a workshop. What I really want to know from you guys is that if I was to build this out in Fallout 4 somewhere, what settlement should I build it in? Where do you think this would fit well? Where do you think it would work well? In fact, I'm partly tempted to try and replicate some other buildings from Fallout 3. Again, if that's a good idea, let me know what you think I should try and build. What should I try and replicate? And where should I put it in what settlement? I really love hearing from you guys. Your feedback's always brilliant. And I can't wait to see what you thought of this one. So don't be shy, get involved with the channel. So let's take a look at our new supporter board. This month's new supporters are MLC Fallout, Foxwolf, and Ronnie Fallout. And another cheeky shout out for last month's new supporters, D. Reed, and of course Alice Charles. Massive thank you to all of them for their support. It makes the world of difference to me. If you want to get your name on the board, you can join one of our membership plans over on Buy Me a Coffee, or you can make a one-off donation from as little as $1, or you can head over to Patreon. We are on there as well. And don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on anything. If you're still watching, you probably really enjoyed this video. There's a good chance you'll like some of our videos too. So maybe head over there and check another one out. So as always, take care of yourselves and each other. I hope to see you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.